Alright YouTube, what's up? Tonight we're going to be loading some 223. But I was trying to find my lube case, a lube pad. Only God knows where that's at right now. I've kind of looked everywhere. I don't even remember where I've seen it last, but anyway. So we're going to do it a different way tonight. I have what I did. I went through and got all the same head stamp. I know you can get really a lot more radical on that. You can weigh each individual case. We're not going to do that. I'm not a bench rest shooter. We're doing good to match the head stamps. Okay. This is some homemade lube that I've made. You can see on my channel, look up bootleg case lube. Be a video on that. It's pretty simple stuff to make, and it won't cost you nearly that much. I mean, I bet I ain't got $8, $6 in this, and I got a lot more product. And what I mean by that is I got like a 4-ounce thing of lanolin. Well, I might have about $16 in it, because I think the lanolin is the most expensive thing that you're going to find. Maybe $16, but I got enough crap that's going to last me for probably 8-10 years. No more than I'll load. There we go. Just kind of spritz them there and roll them around. I normally don't do it like this, but sometimes you gotta do stuff on the fly. I want to get this video done, so okay. I'm sure it's more than enough lube on that. Let that stuff set for a minute. What that does is the alcohol evaporates. If you want to use 99% isopropyl alcohol or equivalent, you can use 91, but the other 8%, 9% is it's water. Therefore, it's going to take longer to evaporate. That's why if you use 99%, it will evaporate a bit quicker. Alright, let me show you this little trick that I found out. On your pin, on your decapping pin space, just get your shell holder, put it in there, and you can kind of see how long that is, and it won't come out. If it was too short, this would slide right out, like so. See? So, if you make it long enough for it to catch, then it's going to knock your primers out. Alright. My die's already preset. Basically, you bottom the ram out all the way, and until it touches. Sorry. You bottom the ram out all the way until that touches in there, and then you go ahead and you turn it a quarter of a turn more. Alright. So this is range brass, all same head stamps, 556. Just an FYI, you can tell 556 from any other by that right there. You will see a cross with a circle in it. That tells you it's 556 round. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because when you when you load them back, and that might be a little bit too deep. When you load them back, let's see something. They're going to be a fish of, they're apparently going to be 556. I mean, I'm sorry, 223. That dent right there, I don't think it's going to be a problem. It will shoot out. It's kind of close to the shoulder, but it's not really in the shoulder in my opinion. It may affect a little bit of accuracy, but I'm not shooting $1,000 bench rest here. That case lube works really good. I used lanolin, and I used ISO heat. You gotta make sure it's the ISO. It's in the red bottle. They make 3 different kinds. They make regular heat, which is in the blue bottle, and I'm not sure what the yellow bottle is, but it's some kind of heat. I don't know if it's heat also, if it just, the name of it's heat. But one of them's, you can only use one of them because the rest of them, or the other ones are, wow, I drew a blank. It's in my video. But you need the red one because that's the ISO. And thus, that's the isopropyl alcohol, and thus giving it the name ISO. Methanol. One of them's methanol, one of them's something else. I don't know. It's been so long since I made that video, but the information is accurate on it, so just, if you're interested, just check it out. That one was a little dry because I kind of felt that. These are a little dry. They must have been on the bottom. A little dry. That's why I usually roll them. It's the first time I spritzed them like that. And there's probably a better method than what I just did, but this lube is really good stuff. I mean, man, you can take this stuff and run it up there 10 or 15 times like that. It's really good. Really good stuff. And, you know, you can buy a Hot Shot on the market. It's like almost $10, if not $10. And I see that one there's dry, and I use excess lube off that other one. That's why I lubed it like that. Get light on the lube because you can get hydraulic dents. Basically, the pressure builds up from too much lube in the dye, and it will cause it to do like a hydraulic effect, putting dents in your shoulder there. Alright, so I made sure these cases were over the maximum length, which is 1.750, and you see these are 1.765, so they're over the maximum length. Although I did have a case that I was going to use to set my die, and it got into the mix. So let me find that and I'll be right back. I'm going to wipe them, and because it may interfere with the functionality, particularly to do with the expansion of the brass, where it will may have something to do with the extraction. I'll just leave it like that. Alright, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wipe these, and we'll go on to the next particular trimmer, case trimmer. You have pallets, certain size pallets that you have to use. So I had a 30 cal in there. Real simply, you just unscrew that right there, pull it out, put your 22 in there, tighten it down. Simple as pie. Alright, now for the next part of this, what you have to do is you have to put a case in there that's a master case, if you will, to be right on the money. And I swear it was 50. Now it's reading 51, 52. But there we go. So what you want to do is, and I need to send this back because I've had you got a real fine micro adjustment, and then you have just kind of a big adjustment, and then you have like a fine adjustment. And they screw out, and my fine adjustment is kind of seized in it. Sure, all I'd have to do is contact Lyman. I'm sure they'd take care of it right now. Okay. So let's see how good this works now. This has a ball right here. It's actually made for your primers to be decapped. So just slap that on there, and then tighten it down, loosen it, right on the money. Okay. So I got 20 of these to do, and I won't bore you with the whole 20 of them. After we get this done, we'll move on to the next step, and that is chamfering and deburring the cases. Also taking the military crimps out and cleaning up the primer pockets a little bit. And I have another thing that uniforms the primer pocket, so we'll take care of all that. Alright guys, we're back. Can't find my handle for this, so I guess I'll have to kill my fingers and use it. But anyway, you just don't want to take too much material off that. That right there is removing the primer crimp. Clean up the primer pocket. And then uniform. Come on. Some of those are hard to get out sometimes when you use them. Okay. You just want to use this primer pocket uniformer on the rifle cases, guys. I've seen people with this Lyman thing here use it on pistol brass, and the dimensions aren't the same. And I don't know what to do with my little brush. Oh, I'll have to find it. Good grief. Yeah, this just makes it all uniform. Makes the primer pocket uniformed in the seating depth. That way you'll have a uniform place that the primer sets in. See how there that pocket is? Normally I normally remove the primers when I tumble them, because I clean them with stainless steel media, and I mean, guys, that's the only way to clean it. If you can see the inside of that case right there, I mean, this looks like virgin brass. You can take scrappy, ugly, old range brass. That was good. Did I get 2 points for that? And you can make them look really nice. Again, be sure not to take off too much material. I really like these Lyman tools that I bought, especially if you got problems with your hands. Got carpal tunnel on both hands, and it really saves on that. This right here just reams out the crimp on the primer pocket. You can see the material falling out. It just widens this primer pocket on one that's unprimed if you don't remove that crimp. And I mean, it's just a real faint crimp. You can see, if you can tell the difference. This one here still has a crimp in it. This one here, I just removed it. This is a little bit wider. If you don't remove the crimp, what happens is you can actually deform your primers. I've had it happen. Didn't, you know, it was when I was a newer reloader, and I didn't really understand why some of them were so dag-lap tight and others weren't. And what it was is the ones that were really tight, of course, were military cases, and the ones that weren't were 223. And the 5.56, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what I said. It's getting late on that last part. I know I said 223, but anyway, let me correct myself if I misspoke. On the 5.56, they weren't seating because of the crimp, primer pocket crimp, and on the 223, they would seat just fine. And I wouldn't understand why on some of my cases I'd get deformed primers. What they do is they go half in, half out, or they'd the cups would get squished in there. And a lot of times, oftentimes they'd seat, but they'd be really tight. And other times, I've actually had them where they didn't seat, and it actually screwed it up so bad that the primer was unusable. So that being said, guys, you want to remove that, because primers aren't as hard as what they were to find a year or two back or so. But every time I get into a store, speaking of Walmart in general, they don't have primers every time I'm in there. So they're still in a demand, I think. And powder, I haven't bought none in a while, but when I did buy some, I paid like up to $28 for a pound of Bullseye, and I just went ahead and paid that just because if you find the stuff, you better jump on it. And alright, I'm gonna go ahead, and we're getting ready to get on the part where we're going to prime the cases and charge the cases. 24.2 dispense. This is right here is a really good powder. I've found works really good. Supposedly in a 30-06. I don't remember if I've tried, or I'm sorry, 30-30 rather. You can use it for 30-06. Works really good for 30-30, I think. I haven't tried it, it's supposed to. But I know for a fact it works really good in 223. Because I bought it, I found out you can use that for 223. Because I usually stick to certain powders. But I do like monkeying around with new powders because that's fun reloading, right? But I do use a lot of IMR stuff. I like their powders, they make good stuff. I particularly use IMR 4350 for my OT6. It's really good powder. It's good powder for a lot of magnums too, but I use it for 30-06. I don't have any magnums. But that powder's been around forever. That powder there has been around forever. In fact, I think that the 4350 is like some of the, I hope that's not my new pack because it's missing 10. Oh my Jesus, it is. It may have been the ones that I screwed myself on. I don't know. I spilled some at Walmart. Picked them up. My son knocked them right back out of my hand. So he said that he would adjust for that, and I thought he was going to take money off, but he didn't. So I screwed myself out with some primers. 3 cents a primer's not a lot, but well, I paid full price for something when you ain't getting the full product, right? But he was going to give me some more, and they didn't have any more. So I told him I'd take them, don't worry about it. Alright, now we're just using small pistol primers. CCI, I like their primers. So you just kind of push down firm on it like so, and then you want to check it. You want it seated just below flush, and that feels good. 24.2. Checker buck here, 24.2. That's what we wanted to load. So I'm going to load 4 of these. Throw that down. It should shoot another one out. Here we go. I like these bullets right here. I don't hunt with them, although they would be a great hunting bullet. I just punch paper with my 223. I do have some loads that I use for deer hunting. 223 is probably a little light, but I believe shouldn't have any problem killing a deer. I really believe that if you use the right bullet. Got some Sierra Game King hollow points, and I don't think have any problem taking a whitetail out. Alright, that's good. Alright, so what I need to do here so I don't get mixed up, I need to write this down. And these are the first four. I don't even have a case for my bullets because all my cases are occupied. I just came out here and used some brand new brass out of the bag. Well, not new brass, but once fired brass out of the bag to make this video with. Alright, that actually went a tenth over because it's supposed to be 24.2. Alright, so let's say 24.2 grains. Okay, so what you can do with this is just take a couple kernels out. 24.2 right there. Okay, that feels good. Tell you what, this is a really enjoyable hobby I got here. I like computers and stuff. I love building computers, modding computers, water cooling, the whole 9 yards, but I don't get to do that every day. That's a very expensive hobby unless you got sponsors. Because, you know, the computers I build will be well over $1,000 because I'm a gamer. And plus rendering videos and stuff, you know, the card that you'll have to buy and processor will have a little bit of money in it. Not including all your water cooling components. They're not cheap either. Although they have come down quite a bit since I bought my water cooling loop to put in it, which has been about 10 years ago probably, or longer. Alright. But on that subject, getting off subject I know, but on that subject, if you want to cut your temps at least in half, go water. Put water on those chips will greatly reduce your heat and I'm sure increase the life of your components, no doubt in my mind. Alright. So we're just going to put 1 through 4 here, over here, and that one a tenth over, and then we're going to right on the money. Then we're going to step it up to 24.8. So we want to cancel this, put 24.8 dispense. So it should spit out 24.8. Oh, that don't sound healthy. Don't know what that was about. Tell you what, that's been a good little unit. No more than what I paid for that Smart Reloader powder dispenser scale. I think I paid like $150 for it. And I tell you what, I've had it for at least 3 years. It's been a really good unit. I haven't had no problem with it. pretty, guys. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and load these up. Like I said, clear up to 26.1, I think. And we'll take these to the range tomorrow and shoot them and see how they perform. And we'll see what the final outcome of all this work that we've put into these rounds, how it comes out. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Later. So we went ahead and finished these up. Right here they are in their beauty. And one thing I forgot to mention that I will now is crimping. A lot of people are like, what's the point in crimping? Well, I'll tell you, first off, is setback. Setback is when the bullet is actually moved in deeper in the case, which can cause a dangerous situation because it can increase case pressures dramatically. Another good thing about crimping, your starting pressures will be consistent. That's why a lot of people will put, when they load rifle ammo, they'll put the bullet right up against the lands and grooves of the barrel, or just right off of it, but that will create your starting pressures evenly. But this crimp takes care of that, and I also highly recommend to crimp if you're going to be hunting with these rounds. You need those crimp, and the reason why is what I just said: setback. You're out running around in the woods and jumping around and all that happy stuff, and it just makes for a more rugged and reliable bullet. So we'll head out to the range here after I get done with this and check out how good these rounds that we produced, how good they came out. I think that we made some really good rounds. We're going to get really good results. We'll check it back here in just a bit. Alright, here we are. YouTube, we're ready to go. Test these bullets out. The first one up is 23.6 grains, 4064 IMR. See how they do. Ears and stuff. Alright. That was a 23.6. Here's 24.2. Here we go. This is 24.8 of IMR 4064. I did let my barrel cool a little bit. And here we go. Gun was moving a little bit on that shot, but the windage was good and the shot high for some reason. You need to take 10% of that and reduce it, and then start your loads out there, and you want to gradually work your way up, just to make sure, you know, no signs of high pressures and stuff like that. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, we're back, and these were the results that I got from the range the other day. Sorry. Right here, this was a 23.6, a little spread there. 24.2, not too bad, but still a little spread. 24.8, you know, I could have thrown that off. That's 3 shots right there. But when I load, I like to put it in the bullseye instead of loading a load and then adjusting the scope. I'd rather, because my gun is pretty much sighted in for factory ammo, so when I'm producing ammo, it's right at factory, but a lot better. So this is 25.4 right here. That's kind of shot a little high. It's not a very good load. And the 26.1 grains, and that's not too bad. This right here would be the best group out of all of them. And I can't remember the load that I loaded before that was like really good, but I did find some that were loaded in my ammo boxes that I keep. So right here is what I was trying to achieve by loading all these. This is how I got this loader right here, is by trial and error like this right here. But this is a 5-shot group. 5-shot group at 100 yards. This right here, my wife just shot at 100 yards, and that was the first time that she'd ever shot a rifle. So that's not too bad. But anyway, guys, I really hope that this video was informative and y'all enjoyed it. Until next time I make a video, I'll see you then. And this is Widowmaker signing off, guys. Have a good one.